guys, welcome back to Bookmas Day 3. Today I'm going to be giving some winter / holiday book recommendations. So I have several different categories. So the first category is actual Christmas holiday related books. And I have quite a bit of those. So we're going to do those first. So first I have Christina Lauren's In a Holidays. This one is basically like Groundhog's Day, where the main character, Malin, is reliving the same day over and over again. And it's on Christmas. So really, and there's some romance in here, but it's really just her trying to figure out why am I stuck in this loop? What's going on? You know how Groundhog's Day works. But it just happens to take place during Christmas. So you get those cozy Christmas vibes in this one. And it's really fast paced too. I feel like it doesn't drag on too much of the repeating. Sometimes I feel like it can be those type of books, like the Groundhog's Day idea. Sometimes they just drag on, but that one doesn't do it at all. And then I have Emily Stone's Always in December. This one is a bit of more of an emotional Christmas romance. This one is about Josie, who is writing home every Christmas as a coping mechanism, I guess. But one year her mailbox is knocked off by a handsome stranger, and then they end up kind of hanging out, and I was not expecting this to go where it went. Definitely some emotional depth in this one, but it was really fun. And they're basically just, her and the stranger are seeing each other over the next year, keep running into each other, and they hang out and that kind of stuff. This one is a fun read. This is All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. This one is about Sadie and the male main character, Max. Both think they found their big break in the music industry in Nashville, until they have to pair up for a duet week, because they're both contestants on this reality singing show called Star Maker. But then they have to get paired up, and I think they hate each other, and the fans go crazy for their onstage chemistry. People start shipping them, want more from them because they were so good together. So they kind of have to deal with that, and they don't really want to become a duo. They want it to be solo artists, and they both can't stand each other. So there's that issue, but they do end up forming a friendship, and then eventually it develops into more. So I really enjoyed this one. I feel like it's a bit more of a light holiday read, and it's pretty short. Next is B.K. Borison's Lovelight Farms. This is part of the Lovelight series, but this is the only book that takes place on an actual Christmas tree farm in this town, and it's called Lovelight Farm. So then there's other books in this series that follow different characters, but not during Christmas time. But this one does take place during Christmas time. But they're trying to save this, their small town, the Christmas tree farm. It's big influencers coming. They just want more press for their small town to make more money, and it's a big deal to have this big influencer come. And when she applied for this influencer to come, it was competition, she lied and said she had a boyfriend, and then she has to find someone to fake date to do all these fun romantic Christmassy things with. So that aspect is fun. I have another Maggie Knox book. I had this one in the book of the month, from Book of the Month, and it's called The Holiday Swap. And this is kind of if you've seen The Princess Switch on Netflix with Vanessa Hudgens. It's kind of like that, but these people are actually twins, where one is a famous cooking, a famous chef, has a baking show in LA, and then she has an accident that makes her lose her taste and smell, so she can't do her job, obviously, and she has a co-host that she hates. And then her identical twin is back in their hometown running their parents' bakery while they're out of town, and she ends up breaking up with her boyfriend. I think he wants to propose or something. I can't remember why, but she ends up breaking up with him, and they both kind of just need the chef needs her sister to help because she's good at cooking, to take over her show, so it's not a failure. And then then the chef comes home and takes a place in the bakery. And because those aren't like, she knows those things by heart and all that stuff. So then they're like pretending to be each other, and also kind of like the Parent Trap, but they're pretending to be each other, and they have like romantic interest in these two guys, thinking that, and the guys think that they're this other person. It's crazy, but it's really fun, and I love the holiday vibes, small town vibes. Like I said, it seems like a Christmas movie, but it's probably because I've seen it in The Princess Switch, but it's a really fun holiday read. And then the last two books are both by Josie Silver. This one is One Day in December, and this one kind of spans over a couple of years, I think, where it's kind of like love at first sight, where this guy and this girl make eye contact. He's standing on the road, and she's on the bus, and she's like, oh my god, I'm never gonna find that man again. They do end up crossing paths again in the future, and it kind of just follows. When she runs into him again, he's actually like engaged or dating her best friend. So then it's just like the three of them, and they're like navigating this like new friendship and then like these other feelings. It's really fun, but I think it spans over like 10 years maybe. Yeah, 10 years. So, and then this is her newest one that came out last year, and it's called A Winter in New York. And this one's kind of more like this one and One Day in December are kind of more like literary fictions, where it's not too romance heavy, it's kind of character based. But this girl goes to New York after her mother dies to like try and live out like her mother's dream, and she finds like, I don't know how she does, like based off a photo that her mom had, she finds this like gelato place. I forgot what they call it. Anyway, she finds out how her mom is like connected to this like gelato place that's in New York, and she ends up like helping them with like their secret gelato recipe, because the owner is like in the hospital and like doesn't remember anything, and no one else knows because it's secret. And then there's other things that she finds out about her mom, and how her mom is connected to this gelato place, and like why she knows the secrets, but she can't tell them that she knows because obviously it's supposed to be a secret. I don't know, it's kind of confusing. I don't think I explained it very well, but again, it's like winter vibes in New York, so great holiday vibes. Those are all the Christmas related ones that I have. And then next I'm gonna do some romances, and some of these I'm not gonna talk too much because you might have seen them in like other bookmas videos. So these are just romances that I think would be fun to read, or like they don't necessarily have to give like holiday vibes or take place in the winter, but I feel like they would still be good reads for this time of the year, like cozy reads. So the first one is Ghosted by J.M. Darhauer, and this one is a single parent trope and kind of gives Wattpad writing, and I think that's why it makes me think cozy, because it reminds me of those days when I would read on Wattpad. So it just gives cozy vibes in my opinion, and just the relationship in it is really cute. It's a really sweet romance. So got that one. And then I'm going to take every chance I get and recommend Heartstopper in every single video from now on. But Heartstopper is a graphic novel by Alice Oseman. There's a Netflix series. There's 5 volumes right now, but this follows Nick and Charlie, who end up form like an unlikely friendship, and then end up developing like other feelings, and it just follows them navigating those feelings, and it's just amazing. This book is so like heartwarming. It makes me so happy. I love the characters, but it also touches on like really like emotional topics, and the characters have such depth, and it's amazing. I highly recommend. I also think the show is super cozy. It takes place in England. It's just a good read all around, so highly recommend. This one is definitely giving winter vibes. I don't know if you can see the cover. It's the movie cover with Zoe Dutch, and Kian Lawley is in this movie. Isn't that crazy? But this is Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. This is also like a Groundhog's Day situation, where I think she ends up getting in a wreck on this day. It's like near Valentine's Day, so that's February 12th. And I think she keeps getting in a wreck and then keeps waking up the next day, and it's the same. She keeps reliving the same day, obviously. So I don't remember much of it, and I barely remember the movie, but because She's wearing a hat. I'm pretty sure it takes place in the winter, and I'm pretty sure it's snowy maybe when they're driving. I don't remember, but I think this gives winter vibes. This definitely gives winter vibes, and this is one of my favorite romances of all time, and especially the cover will make you feel super cozy. It's Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. Like, first of all, look at that. So cute. But this one is about childhood best friends to lovers to strangers and then lovers again. It is so good. I love Macy and Elliot in this story. Again, I think it's just a cozy, emotional romance, and just the cover makes me want to curl up under a blanket and read it with some hot chocolate. So that's my reasoning for that one. And then the last romance I have is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. First of all, this cover also, this is a new like special edition that's at Barnes & Noble. Look at the sides and the inside. Ugh, it's so beautiful. That has snowflakes on it. It's about a figure skater, an ice skater, and a hockey player. So that gives winter vibes because it's on the ice, but also I think it takes place in like, I don't know if it's in California or Canada, but because it's got that hockey vibes and the ice skating and the snowflakes, I feel like this is just like an atmospheric type of read. Next I have some like literary, like regular fiction, and my camera's about to die, so I have to get this fast. But Beartown by Frederick Backman, obviously the cover. This takes place in Sweden, and it's basically just all snow and ice. Great winter read, and this is also about hockey. And then these two are both by Meg Schaefer. They're just cozy little magical realism books, where this one is where the main character enters the competition to win this, I forgot what it's called, the only draft of a children's novel that's like really famous, and she has to do like all these riddles and stuff. It's fun, short, super cozy. And then this one is A Lost Story, and this is a Narnia retelling, so I feel like Narnia is really cozy. And then I feel like the Narnia aspect of it makes it really cozy. Next I have some mysteries. I only have 2 mysteries, but these are both giving winter vibes. This one takes place in the winter, called Rock Paper Scissors, where a husband and wife go away for like a little vacation just to like, you know, clear their head and kind of like reconnect. But her husband has face blindness, and she is tired of him like not being able to see her. So there's like these things that are happening that kind of like turning them against each other. And yeah, there's lying in the winter in the middle of nowhere. So, and then this one is a YA mystery where this girl is coming home from the holidays, and she can't, it's like a really bad, she almost gets stuck in a blizzard, so she can't fly to wherever she can't fly home. So she ends up getting in a car with 4 other people, and they're all kind of crazy. Like, they're total strangers, obviously. And first of all, why'd she do this? I don't know. But anyway, some creepy people, and it takes place during a blizzard. So, and then the last 2 I have are fantasy. So I have Divine Rivals. It's just a great historical, almost, it seems like a historical fantasy, romantasy, if you will. But I think just the writing and where it takes place just give cozy winter vibes. And then Heartless Hunter reminds me of like the winter. I don't know why. Some of these, I can't really tell you why. I just think they would be great winter reads. And this one is a like cat and mouse chase, enemies to lovers. The main characters are a witch hunter and a witch. So the tension is there. So those are all of my winter and holiday book recommendations. If you have any other books that you would like to recommend for others, leave them in the comments below because I would love to see those as well. Thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next Bookmas video. Bye!